Hey guys, what's up? This is Brett. Welcome to this week's episode of Friday on the Turntable. Welcome to all my new viewers and subscribers. Thanks for checking out my channel, guys. For those of you that caught my best albums of 2013 feature that I did a couple weeks ago, if you missed it, I'm going to post a link below. My sixth favorite album of 2013 came out digitally towards the end of, I think it was October, but the physical release kept getting bumped back. And you could get a limited run that was being offered through her website that sold out really quickly. And now Urban Outfitters has an early release, which you can actually get now in their stores. And that's a limited exclusive run to Urban Outfitters. But the record I'm talking about, which was my sixth favorite album of 2013, Sky Ferreira, Nighttime, My Time. Now, I held off on talking about this album because I was waiting to get my copy. And I really want to talk about this album because it needs to be on everyone's radar because it is just excellent. Like I said, for me to put it as number 6 on my list for the entire year is definitely high praise, and this album is very well deserving of that. So Sky Ferreira is a 21-year-old singer, songwriter. She's put out a couple EPs before this. This one was preceded by a 6-song EP called Ghost, which had some great tracks on there. Sad Dream, Lost in My Bedroom, Everything is Embarrassing. She kind of has one foot in the pop world and one foot in the indie rock world, and it's a great blending of it. It makes me think of, not that it sounds like it, but in the realm of like a Robin or maybe like Lily Allen, but definitely more guitar based than either of those artists. 21, great future ahead of her because from beginning to end, bar maybe one track, I think this album is just outstanding. So this is the exclusive version that is exclusive to Urban Outfitters. I'm just going to show it to you really quickly here. It's got a gatefold. It is a single LP. It's got the credits in the inside, and then it has the inner with the lyrics all on it, and it is on beautiful green vinyl with the black label there. Disappointed there's no download code for this one, which I think for the price that it was is pretty disappointing. So like I said, I think it's getting a January 28th wide release, so perhaps the vinyl version will be, maybe we'll include a download card or whatever, but I'm not sure about that. So for those of you guys that don't buy vinyl, it will be available on CD as well, and it's been available digitally for this duration. So what is her music like? At times it's reminiscent of, it has an 80s sound. There's a track or two that makes me think of Madonna. Vocally, there's times where I think of Fiona Apple, especially on the closing track, Nighttime, My Time, which brings us to the title. I was reading up on this album and read a little thing which said that the album was actually named after a line from David Lynch's film, the Twin Peaks movie Fire Walk With Me. And I had to rewatch it actually to kind of catch all the references. And there's a scene in there where Donna and Laura Palmer are sitting in a room on couches and they're talking. And Donna asks Laura if she's going to see James that night. And then she makes this really cold, kind of icy comment back where she says, "Nighttime is my time." And then as I was reading through the lyrics and watching the scene, that whole song kind of revolves around that scene and the dialogue that goes on there, and it is just great. And perhaps that is my favorite song on the album. There's a music video to it for it as well, which is just, I think it's a beautiful video, all types of visuals going on that really is reminiscent of Twin Peaks. Skies and all these different wigs and different outfits, and it's dark, it's just plodding and almost funereal in a way, but a great closing track, great title track. So the album has a lot of electronics in it, but guitar is a heavy feature, and Sky does co-write all the tracks on the album, so it's not an album where where it just songs are being written for someone that they're singing. She had her hand in the lyrics, and I assume the melodies on every single one of the 12 tracks on this album. What I wanted to say was there's one single so far on this one, "You're Not the One," catchy as hell. Every song on this album, just immediately upon my first listen, they just stuck in my head, and it's one of those albums that is just addictive, and you hit repeat the second that it's over. Or when you're even in the middle of the album, you just keep going back to tracks because they're that good and they're that catchy. So You're Not the One is the single. There's a video for that one as well. Normally on these features, I talk about my 3 favorite songs, but with an album like this, it is so hard to isolate that because I figured I would just say what my least favorite song is, and that is a track on side 2 called Christine. I don't know what it is about that song, but that doesn't really fit for me like the other 11 songs do, but Ain't Your Right, which when I listen, the lyrics say, "It ain't your right, but that's okay, I'll let you slide this one time," and just how she says it in such a sly way. And some of the delivery on a lot of the songs are very, I don't want to use the word lethargic, but it's a very, it's a very sly vocal style. And then when she turns that around and brings up the intensity, like on a track, like I Blame Myself, and when her vocals become really energetic, it's just such a nice juxtaposition between that more sly delivery with the intensity, and it just shows, I think, her range and her diversity with her vocal style. And it's just yeah. So favorite tracks, I'll keep going. 24 Hours, great. Nobody Asked Me If I Was Okay, which I think is a great title in itself, excellent. I Blame Myself, You're Not the One. Heavy Metal Heart, I Will. Love in Stereo, which makes me think a little bit of Robin, maybe with almost like computerized backing, call and response vocals that happen in there. Nighttime, My Time, like I said, I just named almost every track. The opening track, Boys, really catchy, kind of a pop song. Every single song except Christine, which perhaps will grow on me more in time, but as of right now, that's the one that really stands out as the one I'm just not feeling as much. And there's actually a CD that came out, which is kind of strange the way the record label, which is Capitol, rolled out the physical release, because there's actually a CD of the B-sides that you can go into the store and buy, which is very peculiar. But it has 5 tracks. There's 3 songs that weren't on this album, as well as 2 remixes of a song that appeared on the EP before this album called Everything Is Embarrassing is the name of the track. But I think that wraps it up on this one. Guys, I'm telling you, this album right here, it also was one of my friend Sarah, who always contributes to my yearly and mid-yearly best of lists. This was also on her best of 2013. So guys, I'm going to have a link down in the description box that'll take you to my blog where you can pick up a copy of this. Highly recommend it. Usually on my blog, actually mostly always, I talk about music that I like, love, and this is definitely recommended. Sky Ferreira, Nighttime, My Time. Thanks for watching, guys.